The Apple Watch is Apple's first new product category in over 5 years. But is it worth it? I'm JerTheGeek, and this is my full review of the Apple Watch Sport. The Apple Watch comes in 3 different materials. The standard Apple Watch is made of stainless steel, while the Apple Watch Edition model has a gold case. The Apple Watch Sport that I am reviewing here is made of aluminum, similar to what you'll find in a MacBook or iPad. There are 2 available sizes, 38mm and 42mm in height. I have the 42mm here. The Apple Watch Sport looks like an Apple product, and there is definitely a premium feel to it. The edges are very rounded, and the glass on the front is curved, giving a nice look and feel, though it does make it exceptionally difficult to apply screen protectors, which you will need if you want to avoid scratches, as the Sport lacks the sapphire crystal of the stainless steel Apple Watch. On the right side, there is the digital crown, along with the only button of the watch. On the left, we have the microphone and speaker. At the bottom, you'll see the heart rate sensor. The display on the front is a nice and crisp Retina display, bordered by a black bezel. I really am pleased by the design of the watch. It is the usual Apple quality, but with its own unique design that differentiates it from other Apple products. Since this is a wearable device, the way it fits and feels on your wrist is very important. Fortunately, the Apple Watch Sport is just as nice to wear as it is to look at. It is relatively lightweight and it sits nicely on your wrist. It's not too thick either. Talking about the band, it is also quite comfortable. It is made of what Apple calls a high-performance fluoroelastomer. Basically, it just feels like a high-quality rubber. This is not your average rubber that you would find in a 99-cent phone case from eBay, though. It is fairly thick and has a decent weight to it, and it's definitely not something that would tear easily. The clasp for the Sport Band is genius. Instead of having one of those annoying fastener pieces like on most watch bands, you simply slide the band into a slot, making it easier to put on and giving it a more symmetrical look. The Sport Band feels soft to the touch, and I've had no problems with skin irritation after over a month of wearing it every day. It just is a really nice, comfortable band. It's also really easy to swap out the bands. I picked up a blue Sport Band separately, which is available from Apple for $49, and it's nice to be able to change the color whenever I want. I also like being able to use 2 colors at once, which gives a nice duotone look. Overall, I have really enjoyed wearing the Apple Watch. It's very clear that when designing the Apple Watch, Apple wanted to create more than just a computer on your wrist. They wanted to create a great watch, and I think that they succeeded in this. The Apple Watch features a digital crown, which is like a crown found on a traditional watch. You can rotate it to scroll through menus instead of using your finger, and you can also use it to zoom in and out, in addition to other various functions across the OS. It also serves as the home button. Clicking it once brings you to the home screen, while pressing it again takes you to the clock. Pressing it twice returns you to the previously used app. Force Touch is a new input method which allows you to press the screen firmly to bring up certain menus or controls. While it is helpful, it does take a little getting used to at first. Being that this is a watch, how does it perform as one? One of the most important features of a watch is being able to view the time whenever you want, and this is something the Apple Watch does very well. It uses sensors to detect when you raise your wrist and then turns the screen on. It works surprisingly well. You can also touch the screen to wake the watch up. As far as daylight readability goes, this is also good. Better than I expected. But perhaps the most important part of the watch is what you'll actually look at to see the time, the watch faces. The Apple Watch comes with 10 different watch faces that can be heavily customized. The faces include what Apple calls complications, which are little bits of information like weather, date, your activity for the day, etc. You can organize these however you like and put whatever information you want right on the watch face. You can also customize the color of many watch faces and even the details shown on analog faces. While I do like the included faces, especially the customizability of them, I hope Apple opens up the option for developers to create third-party watch faces like on the Pebble smartwatch. For now, though, these faces are great, and overall, the Apple Watch does its primary job of timekeeping quite well. The Apple Watch runs what Apple calls watchOS. Many elements are similar to iOS, and it should feel pretty familiar to most Apple users. Starting at the watch face, you can swipe down the View Notification Center, which holds all your notifications. The notifications come in with a simple alert tone, and you feel a subtle vibration on your wrist. Raising your wrist lets you view the notification. If you do not raise your wrist right then, a little red dot on the top of the watch face shows that you have unread notifications. Swiping up brings you to glances, which are bits of information from various apps. You can easily control music, check the weather, check your heart rate, see your daily activity, etc. Third-party apps can also have glances. These are helpful for getting the info you want without having to open an app. Siri can be easily accessed by holding down the digital crown or by saying, "Hey Siri," when the screen of the watch is on. I do wish that it had voice feedback, but it does work pretty well and is useful, not to mention just super cool to have on your wrist for easy, anytime access. The home screen is a cluster of circular app icons which can be dragged around in order to arrange them, although it can be a little tricky to get them organized exactly the way you like. The Apple Watch includes many of the apps you'll find on your iPhone: weather, maps, calendar, mail, messages, etc. Rather than going through every app, I'll show you which apps I've found most useful. The music app is great. I love being able to leave my phone on the table next to a Bluetooth speaker or leave my phone in my pocket while wearing earphones and control everything right from my wrist. What makes it so great is that you can choose songs directly from the watch and even access playlists. Getting email on the watch is convenient, especially for me being a YouTuber, and the best feature is that it lets you read the whole entire email. Sometimes complex emails, such as the ones YouTube sends, can be difficult to read on the watch, and certain ones just can't be displayed. But for standard emails, it works great, and you can even view pictures. You can also perform simple actions right from the watch, such as throwing an email away. Messages is also extremely convenient. When a message comes in, you can reply using a set of quick reply options, or you can use your voice. It gives the option to send as text or audio. You can also send an animated or regular emoji. You can view all your conversations within the app, and send new messages. You can even view pictures and video that people send you. Perhaps one of the most futuristic things the Apple Watch can do is phone calls. You can answer or decline incoming calls or make calls directly from the phone app. If you want to feel like the ultimate tech geek, this is the way to do it. Taking a call is actually easier than you might expect. You just hold your wrist up and talk. In some cases, you can just leave your wrist where it is and have a normal conversation. Sound quality isn't perfect, but still okay, and the speaker has a decent volume. The Apple Watch also includes fitness tracking capabilities. I'm not really a fitness guy, but I have liked the Apple Watch's fitness tracking. The Activity app lets you view all your activity throughout the day. There is also a Workout app, which lets you record several different exercises. The watch keeps track of your movement, exercise, and standing. The goal each day is to reach your desired amount of calories, 30 minutes of exercise, and 12 stand hours, which is standing 1 minute of every hour for 12 hours of the day. The watch lets you know if you've been sitting for too long, and also keeps you updated as to how you're doing throughout the day. The watch includes a heart rate sensor that helps measure your activity, and as mentioned earlier, you can check it anytime in glances. The Apple Watch app is included in iOS 8.3. It allows you to change settings, arrange apps, and get third-party apps from the App Store. Speaking of third-party apps, let's take a look at a few which I have found. I haven't gone through the App Store a lot, but these are a few that I like. MLB.com @Bat gives you live scores for your favorite teams, the time of the next game, and even lets you view team headlines. Shazam lets you identify songs and even view lyrics. It also includes a link to buy the song if you want. iHeartRadio lets you play your favorite radio stations. CalcBot gives you a little calculator on your wrist and uses Force Touch to optimize space. Dictionary lets you view multiple definitions for words. You use dictation to search. CNET gives you quick technology news headlines that you can scroll through right on your wrist. Just Sudoku lets you play a simplified version of Sudoku right on your wrist. One of the biggest questions surrounding the Apple Watch before its launch was battery life. So is it able to last a full day? For me, it does. Apple says it should last 18 hours off the charger, and I've had no problems using it every day. My usual day is from 8 or 9 a.m. to midnight, and the watches work just fine. You charge the watch using the included circular magnetic charger. It simply snaps onto the back of the watch, making it pretty much effortless to charge it. If you do get to a critically low level, the watch automatically enters power reserve mode. You can also put it in this mode manually if you want to save battery. Overall, I'd say the battery is fine, and you can buy the watch with confidence that it will last your whole day. Just remember that you will have to take it off and charge it every night. The Apple Watch Sport is compatible with the iPhone 5 or later, and starts at $349 for the 38mm model. The 42mm I have here is $399. That's a significant amount of money, so is it worth it? Should you buy it? The watch is a very solid product. Its design is top-notch and it has plenty of features, and it makes a great wristwatch. It is the most robust smartwatch on the market right now, and in my opinion, the best designed. While it does many of the things that your iPhone already does, I think this is one of the features that makes it great. Because it does so much right from your wrist, it eliminates the need to constantly pull out your iPhone and check it. If you get a message, you don't have to pull out your phone. You can reply right on your wrist. If you get a phone call, you can quickly answer it right on your wrist. If you get an email, you can read it and either deal with it later on your phone or trash it right on your wrist. If you want to see what the current temperature is, you can ask Siri or view it directly from your watch face right on your wrist. The list goes on and on. It is all about convenience. Being able to perform these quick interactions on your wrist instead of pulling out your phone is extremely helpful and convenient. This is what the watch is best for, and if you want this convenience, then the Apple Watch is totally worth it. Also, if you are a techie like me, it is extremely fun to own the watch. But as fun as the watch is, it is also quite useful, and if you want this usefulness on your wrist and in your everyday life, then I highly recommend the Apple Watch Sport. Well guys, this has been my review of the Apple Watch Sport. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't already, please subscribe by clicking the link in the description or the annotation at the end of the video if you are on the desktop site. God bless and have an awesome rest of your day.